What's going on, everybody? Happy Friday to you. Okay, the Friday after Mardi Gras. It's your girl D here, refreshed and excited to get into it with you guys today. So, this video is gonna be, I'm gonna try not to ramble, but this video is gonna be to my ladies over 30 who are puzzled about their health, you're puzzled about your body, you're puzzled about the changes, you're puzzled about all the things. You're just puzzled. It's like you feel like you woke up one day, everything is changed, and you're like, what the heck? I feel like a whole different person. And then sometimes you feel like you look like a whole different person too. So that's what this video is going to be about. This video, my intent for this video is to encourage you. My intent for this video is for you to be able to take a deep breath and be like, it's going to be okay, sis. We're fine. We're fine. Okay? My intent for this video is for you to be inspired to take your life back, to be inspired to become better at whatever age you're at, and to realize that it's not over with. You got life in front of you that you can live that can be better if you choose it than the years behind you, the days behind you, even yesterday. Okay. So I was on Facebook, and my algorithm is a conglomerate of a lot of my friends and ecosystem. Some of you guys are not my ecosystem, but a lot of my friends and ecosystem talking about fitness right now, talking about needing to know what to eat. You're talking about losing weight. I see a lot of people, a lot of women trying to understand their hormones, a lot of women that are talking about their mental health, a lot of women are talking about relationships, and we're just working to navigate this. So I was like, God, give me some words and wisdom to endow to my community, because I don't want to just get on here and entertain you guys. It's not just about fake line dances. It's not just about fitness all the time, but I want to give you some wisdom, because that's something that I pray about. I pray for wisdom every single day. When I open my gym, I didn't know how to run. I did not know how to run a gym when I opened it, you guys. And one thing that I know that God said in the Bible was, if a man lacks wisdom, ask of me, and I will give it to him in abundance. And I can say that God has done that. And I want to share with you some wisdom, and I hope that you're open to just considering some of the things. Not saying that you have to change, but consider it so that we can really get on a track to getting our lives back as women over 30. I picked the age 30 because I feel like 30 is when I got a little bit of clue about what I liked in my life, but also I was turning the corner of feeling like my youth. I looked a little bit different when it came to my youth, and my body started changing and my life started changing, and I was like, what the heck is going on? Thankfully, I have a mom who's very transparent and honest with me, and a grandmother. But still, there were questions that I had, and I was like, am I even going to make it through this thing? Okay. So before I get started, if you have any questions, if you have any comments, this is an interactive thing, and I want to hear from you guys. But also, I have a 21-day challenge that is coming up on Monday. So if something that you hear, if you're like, I want to know more about this, or I want to work on this for myself, then this will be a good challenge for you. So let's get into it. Number one, at some people, this is just a generalized age. I would say at 30 is when you're like, oh, some things are changing on my body. Some things are dropping, okay? Some things are turning yellow and brown. You're getting some gray hairs. You're starting maybe to forget some things. Maybe your hormones are changing. Some of us are getting different diagnoses. Sometimes the lifestyle that we lived previous to 30 years old is catching up with us, whether it's our uh, alcohol, if it's overeating, if it's stress, if it's being in bad relationships, if it's not being financially savvy, if it's not being true to who you actually are, what you really want to do in your life, it's catching up. Now you're having a clue. Now you're like, hey Giselle. And so 30 was just I think a pivotal point for me. I think I was like about 1 year out from 1 or 2 years out from closing my gym, and I was just really getting clued into, God, what you want me to do with all of this, and who is this person in the mirror? So the first thing that I want to say on this live, and this is stemming from statuses that I've read, is that aging is a natural thing. Aging is not a bad thing. We people pay hundreds and thousands of dollars for aged wine, for aged alcohol, for aged tobacco and cigars. To all of my cigar smokers, if they find a Cuban that's been aged and then they can add some whiskey with it or with some bourbon, that's what they want. They don't want something that just grew today and rolled up today, and then they're not going to say that it's the best thing smoked. So I want you to think of yourself as the most expensive bottle of whiskey, wine, hard liquor, tobacco, I don't know, a vintage piece of clothing, art. Okay, we pay millions of dollars for art, millions, because of the talent and the inspiration and the influence that those things have given us. So that's the same thing as aging. But here's the part, ladies, my ladies over 30, okay? Just because your body might go down, your hormones might change, you might feel like you're not as attractive or whatever, like you just popping when you was in your 20s or whatever. Remember that aging is a natural thing, but just because your body goes down and just because your body might change doesn't mean your character has to. Don't let your character change as you age, okay? The most beautiful women I know are not the women who are physically amazing and outstanding. It's the people who have an outstanding character. Outstanding. Don't let your character go down with your age, with your body. And I say this because when we get older, it seems like we're a little bit more vocal. So we're a little bit more vocal about everything, but more so about the negative. I see more statuses about women hating their body, about women want to change everything about them, than I do about women saying, I really love myself. I'm enjoying life. I hear this out of like 50, 60-year-olds, but I don't really hear it like 40 and down. I don't hear it at all. And so remember, your character is key. As you age, your character should get better. And I'm going to give you some things on how to do this, some things that I've done. Maybe I wish that I've known when I was in my 20s. And if you're in your early 30s, I want to talk to you like an auntie or like a big sister. Please listen to me. One of the best things I could have ever done was listen to the women who were older than me. The best things. And I'm not talking about the ones who were like, oh, you shouldn't wear this, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't. Not the shouldn'ts. Not the shouldn'ts. I'm talking about the sisters who were like, this is what I did, and I don't want you to go through what I went through. And so you can get to where you want to be a little bit faster, a little bit more with ease, a little bit softer. So you don't have to go through all the struggles I went through because I brought it on myself. Those are the women that you want to listen to. The women that you would trade places with. You're like, I love their style. I love their grace. Okay? So I want to offer to you, just listen to these things, just consider it. So number one, after your 30s, it's time to strengthen your strengths. Your strengths. Strengthen your strengths. And by that, I mean, if you know you have beautiful teeth, take care of your teeth, keep them white, and you smile everywhere you go. If you know you have beautiful hair, I want you to take care of your hair, style it, and really like flaunt it, right? If you know you have beautiful legs, sis, I want you this summer to have your heels on, and I need you to be out there getting it, okay? If you know that you are charismatic and you care for people and you're nurturing, I need you to really cultivate that. If you know that you are a thought leader or you are creative, I need that you to just really like pour into yourself. If you are an artist of any type, okay, and you know you're good at it, not just speculations, you know you're good at it, you're anointed, God has called you to it, I need you to pour, I need you to pour, I need you to pour. Because what I see is after 30, you start to focus on the things you don't like about yourself and you don't like about your life, rather than shifting your focus to the things that you really, really love. And I did that. That's how I was an expert at that. I'm telling you. I couldn't see the good things that were around me. I couldn't see how I have great legs because I was focused on I don't have a small waist. I don't have these type of measurements. I don't have big breasts. Yeah, I remember when I was 18, I told my mom I wanted to get breast implants and she was like, "D, you do not need breast implants." Not focusing on the things that were amazing about myself because I was comparing myself to other people. And so at 30, and as we go, we're gonna strengthen our strengths, y'all. If you know you got some amazing calves, girl, go to the gym and do some calves, and you keep them calves calving. Okay? If you know that you got your pinky toe nail still on your feet, I expect you to have a pedicure all the time, and your pinky toe nail need to be on that mug. Cause everybody don't have a pinky toe nail, sis. Okay? If you know you still got your eyebrows, wear your eyebrows. If you got the mugs microbladed, wear the things. And this goes into number 2 on how to really develop your character. Number 1 was strengthen your strengths. Number 2 was delegate your weaknesses. When you get to 30, I feel like you should not spend your whole entire life focused on your weaknesses and things that you don't like about yourself. Too much mental real estate. Too much. Too much. Too much mental real estate. Y'all, I grew up, I play a lot of sports. Soccer was my first love, volleyball, cheerleading. I loved it. But what happens? I wear them cleats, my feet, toes messed up. I look like I've been kicking bricks. But I love soccer, y'all. I love sport. I love, love, love it. So what's the point of me over here trying to, how do I get my toenails back white? How do I get them back perfect? How do I do this? You know what you do? If your toenails black, you paint them mugs a color that is opaque, and guess what? You get that pedicure and those corns and things that you might have from sports or whatever, it's because the body did what it needed to do and you was a beast out there. Put on some heels. Y'all, put on some heels. Whatever you want. Listen, we are delegating. My weaknesses is, in my opinion, is my feet. I think my feet is messed up. Okay, if your girl don't go get a pedicure, she gonna be looking bald headed, scallywag. Wow. I feel like a pedicure for me is not self care. It's a must because I paid the price when I was younger with sports. So I'm gonna delegate that weakness. I'm gonna delegate it. If you don't have no eyebrows, there's no reason to be like, oh, how can I grow my eyebrows out? Oh, I can't grow. You just stressed out. You just stress. Go get them microbladed. Go get them tattooed on, baby. And then in a couple years, go get them redid. Your eyebrows gonna be perfect, sis. Period. Period. If you know you ain't listen. If you ain't know you ain't got no edges or your hairline is slid back for whatever reason, it could be a medical issue. It's because you got traction alopecia. It could be for any reason. Throw on a lace front, sis. Throw it on. Throw it on. Melt the lace. Throw it on, melt the lace. And guess what? And if you want to take that wig off, put on a hat. And if you don't care, shave your head. And if you don't want to shave your head, let it be. But we delegate our weaknesses over 30, babes. Okay? Another part of delegating your weaknesses, let's just say you don't have time to clean your house. You don't have time to clean your house, but you are always stressing about cleaning your house. People come over. No, don't come. I ain't clean the house. Your marriage is on the rocks because you stressed out about the house being clean. Delegate it. Go get a cleaning company to clean your house. Get a company to clean your house. Tell them to come in and clean that house once a week, once a month, deep clean. Because you're spending too much time on your weaknesses. We got strengths to strengthen. Okay? Listen, delegate your weaknesses. If you don't have time to wash the clothes, I don't care how much you love to wash. I like to wash the clothes. Girl, go drop them clothes off or get somebody to pick them up, wash and fold them. Delegate your weaknesses. If you can't keep your car clean, there's no reason to be stressing everybody out around you. I can't get nobody right because my car doesn't. Get somebody to clean it. You already spend the money at brunch. If you just don't go to brunch in the month, you're able to pay for somebody to clean your car. Come on. So that's how you live a soft life. Let me to the girlies who are over 30 or you're hitting 30, you might be in your late 20s. Soft life means strengthen your strengths and delegate your weaknesses. And when you delegate your weaknesses, don't let anybody make you feel bad about it. And let me tell you, and this even goes for people. Let's just say you are hyper obsessed about your stomach. Go get it cut off then, girl. Go get it cut off then. Go get a tummy tuck, girl. Go get that. Go get a tummy tuck. Go get some liposuction. I don't care. We over 30, baby. Because I got things to do. I'm not gonna sit here. If the stomach is stressing you out so bad that you can't have good relationships with people and that you can't maintain your friendships, don't nobody want to talk to you on the phone because you're talking about your weaknesses all the time. It's time for you to delegate them. I don't care. Get the back fat frozen out, girl. Okay? That's number 2. Number 3. This one is really big and it might step on some toes, but I love you so much, is you got to stay moving. Over 30, you got to stay. It's a non-negotiable. In your 20s, even if you were a small person, you've been skinny your whole life. You ain't never had no stomach. You can eat Takis and Popeyes all day long with a peach Faygo. Okay? And now you woke up at 29 and a half and you got a gut. Okay? You got to start moving. You have to start moving your body. And when I was younger, I used to be like, y'all, do this kind of workout, do this type of exercise, do this. Now, I just want you to move. I just want you to move. Our elders who lived to be 90 and 100, they stayed moving. My grandmother is 87. She power washing the house. She walking around Booker T track when she was in her 60s and 70s. Now she gardens a lot. She go walk around Home Depot. She go do this and that. But you got to stay moving, y'all. It's a non-negotiable over 30, ladies. It don't matter if you got a condition. It doesn't matter if you tired. It doesn't matter if you got a big gut, a little gut. It doesn't matter if you depressed, anxious, or nothing like that. You got to stay moving. I'm sorry. Okay. One of my things when I was in San Antonio, I was in a deep, dark depression. Okay, to the point where I told my mom, I don't want to be here no more, and I'm finna get in the car and go. Even during that time, one commitment I made to myself was to stay moving, so that when the light came in, when there was a light at the end of the tunnel, when I could see a little bit of hope, I wasn't bogged down by neglecting my body in that sense. Like, now my back hurts really bad, or I have hives really bad, or I can't move, or I've gained 15 pounds, or now I'm pre-diabetic, now I have high cholesterol, now I have, right? And so you have to stay moving. And y'all know what I always talk about. It's the same thing for everybody. All of my clients will tell you, I'm going to tell you 150 minutes of cardio every week. So that means 30 minutes a day at least. Okay, most days out the week. I'm going to tell you, lift some weights or do some resistance training 2 or 3 times a week. I'm going to say that. But guess what, ladies, can I be quite frank? I just want you to do something over 30. I don't care if it's Pilates. I don't care if it's CrossFit. I don't care if it's walking. I don't care if it's gardening. I need you to go do it. I don't care if it's playing for the kids. I don't care if it's Orange Theory. I don't care if it's Pure Barre. I don't care. You got to you got to stay moving. A moving target is hard to hit, and that goes for your body as well. Okay? Number D. This is going to be the one. Because when I woke up at 28 and I couldn't eat spicy foods like I did before that, and it was tearing me down, brick by brick, you got to eat well. I'm just here to tell you this. If you eat something in your 30s and it don't agree with you, and then you try it again and it don't agree with you, and then you try it one more time and it don't agree with you, and you know it's not serving your health, you gotta let it go. You gotta eat well. You gotta eat foods that make you feel good. And let's get into it. Every diet is not for everyone, or every eating regimen is not for everyone. Vegan is not for everyone. Only eating fruits and vegetables is not for everyone. Only eating low carb is not for everyone. Nothing across the board is for everyone. There are some things that are in your best interest, but it's not for everyone. And by 30, you pretty much know what makes you feel good. By 35, you're getting a real big idea. By 40, you know what you can eat, what you can't eat, and how you gonna pay the price. So you really, really got to eat well. You really, really got to drink your water because if you don't drink your water, it's gonna show in your face. It's gonna show in your cellulite. It's gonna show in your stomach. It's gonna show in your digestion. It's gonna show in your sleep. Okay? So you gotta eat well over 30. I don't care. Like to the people who you like, I've been small my whole life. Yeah, yeah. And those hormones kicked in. You started making more money, and you could afford the food that you like. Yeah, and you're looking crazy because you've been eating trash for your whole life. Now it is time to eat well, whatever that looks like for you. So you can kind of be in like I would say like a discovery mode. In your 30s, you're in discovery of like what food serve me more. At I turned 39 in July. I feel like just at 39, I'm pretty sure at what foods and how I can eat to make my body feel a certain type of way or look a certain type of way. And y'all know that. Cause y'all be my ladies over 40, y'all be acting like, D, I don't know what to do. You do. You been in your body for a long enough. You know exactly what to do. Anyways. So that's number D. Next is this is gonna be a big one. At 30. The stuff you used to do in your 20s and how you used to act in your 20s and how you used to act real naive about stuff, it don't work no more in your 30s. The closer you get to 40, it don't work no more. You can't play the blame game. You got to take accountability in your 30s. You can't play the blame game. You can't blame anyone for your health. You can't blame anyone else for your mental health. You can't blame anyone for your emotional health. You can't blame anyone for your spiritual health anymore, because as you age, you're like you know better. There are some things that we go through that are pivotal, that are definitely once in a lifetime situations. But for the most part, the things that we blame are our fault. You can't blame your trainer because they didn't work you out good enough. You can't blame the stores for having trash food when you're buying it, okay? You can't blame a partner that you chose to stay with. You've been with them since your 20s for your mental health. You can't blame them because there's a part that you played in it. And so you got to take accountability. And the beautiful thing about this, y'all, is that when you take accountability in your older age and you clarify the accountability and you're like, you're right, sis. If you have a good group of friends or family members who are there for you, when you take sincere accountability in your 30s, I feel like forgiveness is more readily available, or there is less judgment because a lot of us have done it. In your 20s, people gonna really, really judge you and just cut you off. I was one of them. In your 30s, you realize that the quote when it says, never say that you wouldn't do something, because life gonna show you. It will, right? So you really don't want to play the blame game. Just take accountability for it. Don't have any shame about it, and just keep going. If you gain 40 pounds in the past year for whatever reason, I don't care. My clients will tell you, I don't care why. I don't care why you gained 10 pounds. I don't care why you haven't come to class. I don't care. Take accountability for it. I don't. I really and truly. There's people that say, D, I'm coming back. I'm coming back to class. I'm coming back. I don't care if you do or don't. I care about the accountability of it at our big age. Okay? Next, it's okay to feel down or feel angry or feel upset. Any of the emotions that are part of our human experience. It's okay to feel those ways, but don't stay too long. But don't stay too long. Okay. I'm not a therapist, but this is what a realization that I'm having is the more information we have to explain why we act a certain way, it seems that uh, we then justify our actions because of what of whatever we're going through. Okay, so for example, let's just say um, you have anxiety. I've dealt with that. You are experiencing anxiety, and your anxiety causes you to say things to people that are hurtful and damaging. Okay? It's okay to be anxious, to feel this way, but you don't want to stay so long that it starts to affect your relationships with people and the relationship with yourself. You might have grown up in a household that was angry. You just angry. You just a firecracker. Anger, 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 anger all the time. And somebody might do something to trigger that anger. It's okay to feel angry, but you better not stay too long. Because let me tell you what happens when you stay so long in your 30s. It becomes a part of your character. And what did I say? Your body might go down, but don't let your character. The worst thing that I've seen in the decade of 30 and 40 is knowing somebody in their 20s or their teens, and that part of them where they used to have just outbursts of sadness, outbursts of anger, outbursts of hatred, now it has shifted into their character because they stayed there too long. They stayed there too long. It's like when you're younger, they're teaching you how to express yourself. In your teens and 20s, they're like, express yourself, talk, express yourself, talk. And instead of navigating it and then addressing the situation and going on, you feel like you find relief at staying there. Your relief is like, I'm just gonna stay in those feelings. And you don't want to do that in your 30s. You don't want to be the elder that nobody wants to listen to. You don't want to be the elder that nobody comes and visits. You don't want to be the parent that your kids hate. You don't want to be the auntie that the kids are scared of. And and in your head, it's because of XYZ, or you've been like this for so long. But now it's damaging to the people that are outside of you. So even let's just say you might be a person who suffered from low self-esteem. I'm work through that too. You can't stay there too long because you don't want to be a 50-year-old with low self-esteem, a 60-year-old with low self-esteem, a 70-year-old with low self-esteem, and don't nobody want to talk to you on the phone. All you do is talk about, I just can't stand my life. My body is like this. Don't nobody love me. No one's gonna want to talk to you. In your 30s, you got to chill out on that. It's okay to feel, but don't stay too long. Okay? It's okay to feel, but don't stay too long. It's okay to be sad, but don't stay too long. It's okay to be experience depression. You're like, I feel depressed. Some of us go through seasonal depression. It's fine. Don't stay there too long because then you're going to be that person. Okay? Next, if you're lacking something in your life, stand outside the box and see where it shows up in other parts of your life. So a reframe. In your 30s, you got to learn how to reframe. You got to learn how to reframe your experiences. Okay, so for example, y'all know I always talk about men. I'm talking about men. Okay, and I talk about husbands, I talk about boyfriends, I talk about relationships a lot. And I was talking to Christina, and she was like, she always calls me Queen. She's like, well, Queen, in this season, is it possible for you to look at where love exists outside of an intimate relationship with a man? And that was a pivotal thing for me because as women, we can spend, oh Lord, Jesus is a fire. We can spend all of our 20s, all of our 30s, all of our 40s, especially if you're unmarried and no children. You can spend all of those years centering a man, centering a relationship to where you feel like no one's there for you, no one loves you because you've attached that to marriage or you've attached that to a relationship. And it's like, look outside of you. When you say nobody cares for me, is it because you're seeking love and care and nurturing from people who don't give a care about you? Is it because you are seeking love, care, and nurturing from a certain type of relationship? Some of y'all put on this Facebook and on social media, check on your strong friends. I'm pretty sure you have somebody that has checked on you, but it just may not be the person that you wanted to check on you. So think outside the box. If you are navigating things financially and you're like, I don't have nothing. I guess financially, I don't have nothing. Because I'll just be transparent with y'all. I could be like that as an entrepreneur. Okay? I'm like, Lord, how am I gonna get this money by tomorrow, right? How am I gonna get this money? And God had to tell me, like, D, look around and look at the abundance that you have and that how you've been provided for things that you could not have even done on your accord. You live downtown. You live in a beautiful apartment. You have the ability to get to where you need to go. You have food. You're not hungry. Da 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 da. Although it didn't come by the work of your hands, it came by another way. There's still abundance. And so in your 30s, learning how to reframe your experiences is going to be a skill. Learning how to reframe why that relationship didn't work. Learning how to reframe why your car got repossessed. My car got repossessed 2 years ago, 3 years ago. How to reframe that. How to reframe business failure. I took a huge risk by closing my business and moving to another state. How to reframe grief. Learning how to reframe things that just didn't go how you wanted them to go. That's a skill you need to have in your 30s. In your 20s, you're flying by the seat of your pants. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. And you just go, something happens, you slam against the wall, you get back up, you do it again, you got to learn a lesson again, you got to learn a lesson. Sometimes the lesson is the reframe. You got to learn how to reframe because hard times are not going to stop just because you got older. It's just how can you reframe it to see? When the Bible says everything works for the good to those who are called according to his purpose, who love God and called according to his purpose. If you really believe that, if you believe it, you got to know that everything is working for your good, baby. You just got to reframe it. God got it. You just got to reframe it. Okay? I have two more. As you get older, you want to welcome wisdom. This is how you're going to keep your character up. Your body might go down. Your titties might be going down to the floor, baby. Listen, some of y'all can throw your titties over like a continental soldier. Okay? Okay? Some of us got gray hair in the coochie. Okay? But as you get older, you get to welcome wisdom. Welcome wisdom. Welcome wisdom. My group chat is full of women who are over 40, almost 50, 60. So that's my group chat, 60, 70-year-olds. When I say they full of wisdom, baby, they have planned everything out to a T. They know how long they can stay. They know how much money they gonna spend. They know how they gonna spend. It's gonna be 5s to 20s. They know where they finna go tomorrow. They know what they are gonna deal with, what they not gonna deal with. They listen, welcoming the wisdom. They know how much spice they can eat in some soup. They know how much carbs they can have a day. They know when they are getting at their threshold of exercising. They know what type of oil they can fry their fish with. They know what's gonna happen when Uncle Johnny and Susie get in the same room. It's wisdom. You don't have that wisdom in your 20s. The number one is the wisdom of God and the wisdom of experience of life. Okay, so I want you to welcome wisdom. If you I'm gonna speak to the people who have gotten a negative prognosis at the doctor. Okay, you're like, the doctors say I got diabetes. The doctors say that I got arthritis. The doctors say that I got high cholesterol. The doctors say that I got this or that, lupus, PCOS, endometriosis, anything like that. The beautiful part is that you are wise now. You know your boundaries. You know your limits. Wisdom, I tell you what, wisdom will save you a lot of heartache. Wisdom will save you a lot of pain. Wisdom will get you out of cycles. Wisdom will break generational curses. The wisdom that you have in making a decision can break the generational curse that your kids don't have to go through just because you're wise now, just because you're in your 40s, just because you're in your 50s. You ain't got to go, you don't even have to bring the cycle up no more because you got wisdom. Okay? And this is the last one I'm going to leave you with because I know this is kind of long and I thank you guys for staying with me. Is the beautiful thing about aging and being over 30 is that you can live your life. Man, my friends who are older than me, I used to ask them, like, what is 40 like? What is it like? And they're like, you're just getting started, D. And then I asked them, like, I asked Miss Boo. Miss Boo is 73, I think. Miss Boo and Carolyn. Like, what is it like in your 70s? What's the advice that you would give me in my 50s or whatever? They're like, live. As you get older, it's not that you don't care about people, but you care about you more. You care about your mental health more. You care to preserve your mental health before you're going to preserve another person's mental health. You're going to say no to a person and risk them being pissed off or not being in a relationship with you or whatever than you losing yourself. You are able to say yes to going to the concerts now because you're not waiting for nobody to go with you because you understand I can't just wait for people no more. You gonna wear what you want to wear. You're gonna self-express how you want to self-express. You're gonna wear your hair like you want to wear it. You're gonna sleep like you want to sleep. You're gonna spend money on what you want to spend it on, and nobody can tell you any different. If you want to go to another country, you're going to another country. You ain't got nobody to ask. You don't have to justify to nobody no more why she gained 20 pounds. You just don't care no more. Whatever. I'm finna go buy my size clothes and I put this girdle on and then I'm gonna go to the gym. That's the beautiful part. You gonna live your life. When I'm like 40, I'm gonna make another one of these videos, but you really get to live your life. In your 20s, I think you're learning how to exist with people. In your 30s, you're also learning how to exist with people and have your own voice. And when you get closer to 40, you're like, it's coexisting now. We're interdependent. I understand I need Kenyatta. She need me. But we're going to do this separately. We in different cars. We both going on I-65 North, but I'm riding in my car. She riding in her car. She might have a Bentley Coupe. I might have a Honda Accord, but we both getting there because we going on vacation. That's a part of living your life. And so I just want to, encourage y'all to not be so afraid of how your body is changing. Just don't be frustrated with your hormones. Listen, there's nothing you can do about it. You can eat better, you can exercise. This is all doctor gonna tell y'all, okay? They gonna say, eat right, exercise, and take this medication. Eat right, exercise, and take this hormone therapy. Eat right, exercise, and don't be so stressed out. Eat right. It's going to be the same thing. There's no reason to be using up your mental real estate being frustrated about aging. It's a natural thing. But what I said, your body might go down. Your titties might be sagging to the floor. Okay? Nipples just going. You might have bags under your eyes. You might be a little droopy. But don't let your character go with it. Don't let your character go with it. All right? That's your vitamin D for free, y'all. We got a challenge that starts Monday. We're going to dive in a little bit more of this. It's a virtual challenge. It's a little bit fitness, but more so mindset because I want us to really step into our power of living and step into your power of strengthening your strengths. We're delegating our weaknesses, y'all. We're taking accountability. But ultimately, we live in this life for ourselves to please God and do what he's called us to do. All right? I love y'all. Have a wonderful day. That is your vitamin D for free.